What is up? Welcome back. This is The Violent Casket, home to lamest taste. You can check me out on Instagram, Twitch, and YouTube, all at The Violent Casket, one word, where you can subscribe, like, and comment, hit the bell for much, much more. As you can tell by the channel and my Instagram and everything, I've been shifting away from my old comic content. I'm no longer picking single issues up weekly. I was picking up DC, Marvel, and a ton of different indie companies every single week, struggling to read them all by the end of the week, and do by Saturday or Sunday, whatever, do reviews on there, and then take photos in the light booth and do mini write-ups. It was a lot. The way my life is lined up financially and time-wise, I just can't do it. I've switched to the digital apps and reading on my tablet, which has been a great time. But that still brings me to the indie titles that I have been loving. Still reading indies, while it not being every single week. I want to do certain things. So at the end of each month, I'm going to be picking up a bunch of indies, reading indies, and then doing a monthly indie review. While also right now using these apps to, especially DC right now, to catch up with a bunch of the series that I have dropped over time. So right now I'm catching up to a bunch of DC titles, and I'll be doing a series called Comic Catch Up, where I will talk about series that I dropped that I've just caught up to. So now every other month, I will read the next issue and then do issue reviews, which is something I've always wanted to do, reviews in single issues, but never really had the time. But now I'll have the time, since I've eliminated that and been focusing on movie and TV reviews as well as trailer reactions. But this spotlight episode is on this amazing first issue called Ain't No Grave. This is published by Image Comics. It was honestly more expensive than the average comic, being $5.99, but I don't know if that's just the first issue or is it the whole series. Not sure. This is written by Scotty Young, art by Jorge Corona, or George Corona. I don't know how it's said. I think it's Jorge. And then inks and pencils and everything by a couple other guys. Corona and Young have put together a bunch of different series over the years, mostly through Image, that I've really loved and really enjoyed. Scotty Young being one of my favorite variant cover artists ever, and also being a fill-in artist for like six issues of the new X-Men back in like 2011, 2010. Which is the first time I accidentally ingested his art and loved those issues when they go to Limbo and they fight magic. It was my favorite run of the series. 10, 15, 20 years later, finding out that was him. What? So I've really enjoyed him, and I've read a lot of his indie stuff, and I really enjoy the combination of these two guys, these two creatives. Being that Scotty Young is a writer and an artist, I think when he finds a good artist that gets his vibe, they're able to put out really good material because he understands the creative direction of a comic artist, because he is one. This was an amazing first issue. It is a weird, psychedelic, interesting Western. It feels like it's telling two completely different stories at the same time. And I really like that back and forth transition, because it's done really well. And I'm really excited to see where this story unfolds and goes to. Artwork was phenomenal. Story was great. Dialogue was great. It's just gritty. It's fun. It's just like all their other series. His other series. Twig, what's the one about the house? I always forget, but all these series that he's been putting out, Scotty Young, are just phenomenal, and I really am excited to see where this goes. If you wanted me to give you guys a 1 through 10 rating, I would give you guys a 8.9. I think this is an amazing first issue that potentially could be a stellar Image comic in the future series. Highly suggested this indie comic spotlight on issue 1 of Ain't No Grave by Scotty Young. Highly recommend picking it out because issue 2 is not out yet, so you can still pick this up, probably second printing, and read this yourself. And stay tuned for the next indie spotlight on issue 2. Thank you guys so much. This is the Vinyl Casket, home to the lamest taste. Get in the comments, talk about it. Did you like it? Have you read it? Are you going to? How do you feel about Scotty Young? Remember, this is the Vinyl Casket, home to the lamest taste. You check it out on Instagram, Twitch, and YouTube. All one word, the Vinyl Casket, where you can subscribe, like, and comment. Hit the bell for much, much more. Do me a massive favor and stay lame.